G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to kick off recapping the EU Dreamhack finals that came down to less than a third of an elimination between first and second. This was one of the most exciting and most fun tournaments I've watched in so long. I want to talk about who popped off, the big moments, why did some of the favorites like Benjy and Mrsavage underperform, and just everything else in between. I've also got to talk about how bounce pads just got added to competitive for one of the biggest tournaments of the season by accident. Are they going to be an FNCS or are they not? Because people are really confused what's happening. Also, at the end of today's video, I want to talk about how you can unlock the Shadow Ruby skin for free. This is one of the cleanest skins I've ever seen, and you can get it for free so insanely easily, but I think quite a lot of people are confused how it's working. Specifically, a lot of people unable to unlock it on console, and I'm going to show you how. If you guys somehow missed the EU Dreamhack finals and you want to watch it back, go to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Aussie Antics. I have the whole VOD up. It is so worth watching. This tournament was one of the best tournaments I've watched in such a long time. NA East was big. NA East came down to a single elimination difference between Degen Aegis in first and Sentinel and Commandment in second. EU came down to less than a third of an elimination. So Kezix and Forziar took out the dub on 355 points, 6 matches played, no victory royale though, and Tayson and Thomas HD with two of the biggest games to almost clutch up the tournament I've ever seen, bringing it back to 353 points. Each elimination was worth 6, so they were a third of an elimination off. Now look at the match history though. First game a 6 elim 11th, second game a 1 elim 29th, but then in the last 4 games 2 elim 6th, 5 elim 7th, 6 elim 2nd, and a 5 elim win. They got the victory out in the final game and they needed one more elimination. It was so close. It was such a big tournament. Kezix and Forziar, I mean, especially just clutched out right to the very end. Forziar was up as a solo. He got a couple more eliminations, a few more placement points, and that was the difference between them getting first and second. It was crazy because Tayson and Thomas HD did this out of Orchard. I talked about it in yesterday's video. It looked like they were going to get triple contested. First game, they were dropped on by Janice and Sweeze's team. They ended up chasing them to radio station where they got so lucky because Sweeze actually got killed by an NPC, and I'm not calling him out, I'm not flaming him, it was just terrible luck with the positioning he was put in. They won that fight, went on to get a few more points, but from then on they were uncontested and they did big things, but it was all the story of Forziar and Kezix, who were contested I think 2 or 3 out of their 6 games and didn't a single time go down on spawn, or sorry, 1 game they went down on spawn in 33rd place with 1 single elim, but every other game they absolutely popped off. They really were the best duo on the day, but you know, there was a few teams that didn't perform. The main one was Mrsavage and Benjyfishy. They were the only EU duo to ever make every single Dreamhack finals, but they still ended up falling short, and a lot of people asking me why. They came in 25th on 145 points. They were contested, and honestly I think the biggest issue was they were contested, but they never really fought on spawn. They never really actually kind of had those big engagements. They would always just kind of take the loot and leave. There was I think 1 or 2 games out of the 6 where they managed to get one of the teammates or both of them and take them out, but for the most part unfortunately they just had a lot of their loot taken out of lazy. They didn't get the storm surge or the fight for it, and things just kind of broke down mid-game. I can't really put one thing on why they didn't do so well. There was a few games where they got super unfortunately pushed by really aggressive teams, but either way, I mean, they've made it there. Making it to every single finals ever is still ridiculous. I hope we're gonna get more Dreamhacks so we can see if they can finally win one. I ended up making my own tweet showing my love for Dreamhack, just thanking them so immensely for everything they do. They ended up actually responding to my tweet saying, "Thank you for those kind words. As we stated in our last blog post, we want your voices to be heard and your plays to be shown. We will give our 200% to keep bringing high-level tournaments to this community." So I don't think Dreamhack's going anywhere, but as of right now, Dreamhack's over again. We have no Dreamhack Cash Cup extras, we have no Dreamhack duos, and it sounds like they're coming back, and God, I hope they do, because the last 2 days of NA East and EU have been some of the best games I've ever watched. Dreamhack wasn't the only tournament we had on today. We did have the Playverse Finals, which is a collegiate tournament that has a big prize pool behind it, has a lot of attention, and they somehow managed to have bounce pads added into their games for the tournament. So Fortnite Status tweeted out that as part of Wild Week this week, that bounce pads and shockwaves are going to be added in higher volume and into pubs. So Fortnite Status tweeted out, bouncers are now in the game after a delay. Now, just as well, that delay, I had X2 Twins in my chat at like, I think 4 or 5 a.m. Sydney time for us this morning when I was watching EU. They stayed up all night waiting for that. So I shout out to you guys. I feel for you. I hope you got your video done, but they did get put in after a delay, but they said, we're aware they're incorrectly showing up in competitive playlists, which we're working to address. So next answer to your question, because all of you guys kept asking me in stream, kept DMing me, bounce pads are not going to be in the tournament this weekend for FNCS. They were only supposed to be in pubs, but unfortunately they went into playverse, or fortunately, however you look at it. I mean, I'm a massive fan of bounce pads. I think they are the most balanced mobility you can ever put in the game. If you use them right, they're strong, but they're not insanely broken. They're easy to find, so almost everyone has them, but if you use them wrong, you get absolutely destroyed and beamed. They literally were the perfect mobility. I would love to see them added back to the game. I just don't like the idea of them being added mid-tournament for people who maybe weren't prepared for them or maybe weren't used to using them. That's my whole issue. But Fortnite Status did then go on to tweet out, bouncers have been removed from competitive playlists now. So bouncers are gone. They're not coming back for FNCS. It is just for the Wild Week, but I hope they come back next season. You had a whole bunch of pros, Acorn, Flick, some of the biggest guys in the scene, all saying that they hoped they were staying in the game, but unfortunately they're gone again. All right, let's talk about how you can get the Shadow Ruby skin for free. This is by far one of the cleanest skins I've ever seen that you can get for free, and it's super, super simple. To start off with though, this is a PC exclusive skin, but if you're console, don't freak out, I got you, don't worry. I found a workaround for you to be able to get this skin as well. All you gotta do is go into the store when you're logged in on a PC, you just click redeem, it goes straight into your quests. You get 3 challenges. One is to play 5 games with friends. The second one is to outlast 500 opponents. And the third one is to deal 1,000 damage. That is pretty simple to get a pickaxe, glider, back bling, and the skin all for free. But like I said, it is supposed to only be exclusive for PC. If you go to the item shop on console, it isn't there. But there's 2 ways around this. One is a link that I'll put in the description down below. I had some issues with this link, but this is where I found a lot of people online were redeeming this for console. So it's worked for a lot of people. The link is safe, but it looks like maybe Epic caught on to people using this link because it's no longer working. So I don't know if that's just me. Maybe it'll work for you, but it didn't work for me. But again, I'm on PC, so I don't know if that's what's causing the issue. But secondly, all you have to do is just download Fortnite on a PC and log in, any PC, and you can redeem it, and then you can still do it on console. It doesn't lock it out. Once you have the quest, you can do them on console. So if you have a terrible laptop, if you have a family PC, I mean, geez, if you have a store that you can maybe go to and log into Fortnite, I don't know if you have like I know in Australia we have JB Hi-Fi, I think you guys have like Good Guys and stuff. I don't know if you can log onto a PC. That's all you have to do. You have to just log onto a PC, go to the item shop and redeem it. Once you have it, you can play on console and do all the quests however you like. And I would recommend you trying to sort this out because this skin and bundle is insane. It is coming to console later, but for a price. You're gonna have to pay to get it. So if you want a chance to get it for free, try one of those 2 options. I'll put the link in the description down below, or just make sure you have access to a PC you can log in on. While we're still talking about skins, I have to talk about this. If you guys missed this, this is ridiculous, and I hope it's something that Epic pays attention to. Apex Legends, which you guys know is another battle royale, just raised $2 million on top of the already $1 million they were putting up for their up-and-coming ALGS tournament, which is their major tournament. This is pretty much like the Apex Legends FNCS. And how they raised that $2 million was by doing crowd-funded skins. If you go into the Apex store, there's a whole bunch of skins that you can do. It's called the ALGS Championship Sale. You can buy the different legends and skins, and all of the proceeds from that are going towards funding this tournament that has now gone from a $1 million to a $3 million prize pool. That is a ridiculous amount of money. Can you imagine if Fortnite did something like this? They put some really cool skins in the store or gun wraps or whatever it is, and you knew that if you were buying it, the money was going to go to a tournament. You'd be so much more inclined inclined to buy it, Epic still wins out because the prize money, like they put up the prize money for FNCS themselves regardless. So extra money on top to give it more attention, to bring more eyes on it, for more people to come play the game. This is just a huge win-win. And this is going down the lines of Dota now. If you guys don't know, the Dota World Cup, which is pretty much the biggest prize pool tournament every single year in esports in the gaming world, is 100% crowdfunded. People donate the money. They don't even buy skins a lot of the time. They just donate the money to support the tournaments. How good, like if I didn't even care if I liked the skins, if there was a somewhat decent skin in the item shop and I knew that by buying that, I'm now putting up the prize pool to make a tournament that I'm going to watch and enjoy that much more exciting, I would be freaking out. Imagine that Fortnite announces Winter Royale 3.0. We get Winter Royale coming up, or whatever it is. I don't care. I know you guys are going into summer, so make it the Summer Royale, and all the skins that are bought within a week of a specific type of skin or bundle funds the prize pool, and however much money is spent is what the prize pool is. Like, can you imagine how hype that would be? Like, I know I've been talking about Apex a bit on my channel. It's a game that I'm really enjoying playing. It's a comp scene that I'm getting more and more involved in because of things like this. Please, Epic, this would be such a good idea. I can see reasons why Epic doesn't want to, but honestly, I just think this would be such a good addition to Fortnite, and it would really just make the comp scene grow so much more, and it'd probably make the pros feel a little bit more sympathetic to the casuals, knowing that they are directly influencing the prize pool. I think it would make pros maybe a little bit more positive towards the game. It would make them maybe try to be a bit more positive when it comes to social media, knowing that their input and their influence on the casual scene is going to affect their prize pool at the end of the day. I just think this is such a healthy, fantastic thing for a competitive ecosystem, and I want to see Fortnite implement it so badly. Now, I know what you guys are thinking while watching this. Aussie, heats are in a couple of days. Where is the heats videos? I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what is it about the heats videos that you guys like? Is it the maps? Is it the predictions? Is it the everything? Because for me, I just don't particularly want to make a video or a couple of videos talking about 6 heats if I do 3 EU, 3 NA, drop spots, who's going up against who, stuff like that. Because with the way the format now works, with most of the relevant teams already being through into the finals, there's just not as many storylines. Like Clicks vs Tahi is pretty much one of the only major teams that we have contesting each other in the heats. Other than that, there are some decent teams contesting each other, and I just want to know what you guys want from that video. I could just do one big condensed video tomorrow, maybe just talking about all the drop spots, who's the big names, everything like that, maybe some predictions. I just don't want to go through and do each heat individually. If it's the drop spot maps, I can still pay the person to make them that I normally pay, just so you guys can look at them yourselves, but I just don't think me going over them myself is going to add that much information or really add anything special. So let me know, what do you want? Is it the predictions? Do you like the drop spot maps for yourself? Do you like me talking about the drop spot maps even if the names aren't going to be that relevant? I want to know. Let me know, because I do want to do a heat video. I just don't think I want to break down in depth all 6 heats. That'll be a little bit boring and a little bit too much, but that does it for today's video. If you liked it, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on anything I've talked about. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.